If you would have asked me to take my shirt off 11 years ago, before I had chest surgery to completely reshape my chest and bring my sternum up with a metal bar going, I would have told you, you're crazy. I was the most insecure kid you would ever meet. I had braces, acne, super short, super scrawny. But the biggest problem I had with myself was a chest condition. Everybody has that one insecurity that when people poke at it, it's your weakness, right? Your biggest insecurity. I think if you can turn that biggest insecurity of yours into your greatest strength, it's absolutely possible. So many people have the mindset of being a victim to their circumstances. They choose to keep the cards they're dealt. Sometimes they don't even get in the game. They don't even try to play their cards. They just sit back on the sidelines and say, this is just the cards I was dealt. I can't do anything about it. So why even try? But instead, I want to give you two scenarios. And this is what happened to me personally. I was growing up and I had a chest condition called pectus excavatum. Essentially, what it does is it makes your sternum cave in unintentionally. Babies are born with it. And as you go through puberty, it gets worse. So I'm 15 years old. I'm going to track practice. I'm in sports like basketball and soccer as well. And I had to play shirts and skins sometimes. And people would poke at my biggest insecurity. They would poke at. I had this one kid, I'd have a shirt on. He knew that I had this condition. He would just poke right through my shirt. And it just made me feel like a piece of crap. It made me feel like I can't do anything about it. But there actually was one thing I could do. I could either live my full life, never taking my shirt off, always being insecure, playing small on the sidelines, or I could take a leap of faith, have chest surgery called the Nuss procedure, where they take that metal bar through the side of your chest and they go whoop, and they pop your sternum up instantly, fixing it. And doctors said pain would be worse than open heart surgery. Success was not guaranteed. And that scared me. But the only thing that scared me more was not trying. So on July 13th, 2015, I had the best day of my life. I went in, and before that, I remember telling my parents a few months prior, I'm like, I just went home and I started crying. I said, I'm done. I need surgery. I need this to happen. I can't keep living my life small. So we did all the necessary things. Insurance covered it because it was impacting my breathing. It was compressing my heart and my lungs. Thankfully, we found Dr. Densmore in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So July 13th, 2015, I pull up. Oh, I'm scared. I'm super scared. But I knew that I could live that life of never trying, or I take that leap of faith and completely change my life. So I go in there, I'm under fluorescent lights, start counting down 10, 9, 8, 7, knocked out, right? Put me to sleep. The best moment of my life was waking up in that hospital, super groggy. Doctor comes up, puts a mirror on my chest, and I can't move. I'm laying down, but I got my parents on both sides. Wake up, the mirror. I'm able to see my chest for the first time, and I just broke down. I was so proud, so grateful that I had people that believed in me, like my parents, friends that told me, just do the surgery, just give it a shot. It was the best thing that ever happened because I got my confidence back later on, a few years later after I hit the gym quite a bit. But that was the first moment of my life that I took a major leap of faith. And let me tell you, the pain was rough. I sat in the hospital for about 5 or 6 days, and then the epidural came out. And that's when the real pain came out. It felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest. I had to sleep in a reclining chair for about 6 months. It was really up to a whole year. I couldn't twist my body. I had to miss a whole year of sports. And then I got into the gym, started carving out my physique because that was within my control too. I always thought, oh, I don't need to work out. I always knew I needed to work out. I just got by in sports because I was fast. But the point of this is I was willing to take that leap of faith, go through that pain, and it set the tone for everything else in my life. I remember when I was younger, I went on a slide with my dad. It was called, I don't know, it was at Blizzard Beach in Florida. It was the biggest slide there. And it's the same analogy. I was like 10, 11 years old, super scared. But they say it's the fastest water slide in the world, one of the highest, fastest. And I used to be afraid of rides. I was afraid of taking that leap of faith of going on roller coasters. I was afraid of tubing with my cousins. I was afraid of really simple, not simple, but the thrill of chasing something that's out of your comfort zone. I went ahead and went on that slide. Same kind of thing. That was before this chest surgery. I told myself after I went on that slide, I can go on any roller coaster. I can go on anything because I had something to compare it to that was so much exponentially, supposedly scarier. It was awesome. So when you take a massive risk, you have that pain of the fear overcame as proof. Pain is the proof. Pain is the tuition you must pay for growth in life, or else you're not going to graduate. You have to go through moments that are extremely scary to overcome fear. And that's what happened is I had this chest condition fixed in one day that I'll never forget. Went through a whole year of rehab and recovery, got into the gym, started changing my body. Then the mindset changed later on. But it all started with the decision to act, to show up. All I had to do was have the courage to sign the papers, what parents did, tell my parents to sign the papers, show up to the hospital, take the pill, wake up. I said in my last video, Thomas Shelby lives like he's already dead. Right there. Look at that. Peaky Blinders, baby. Thomas Shelby, the GOAT. He lives like he's already dead the whole time. Everything's extra. That's how I felt everything that's happened in my life since July 13th, 2015, where I took a leap of faith. I got that metal bar put into my chest, popped my sternum up. Everything's been extra since. And I'm so grateful. I live every day, try to die to self, try to tell myself, you know what? It's a blessing to be here. The surgery, the doctor said it was one of the best results they've ever had. Since then, I've been on radio shows with my surgeon. I've seen him a couple different times, different news press opportunities. And I only say that because I was willing to create my own story because I took that leap of faith. And every single person watching this, you have the opportunity to do that as well. You don't have to get a full chest surgery like I did to add to your resume of story. Everybody has hardships you've probably already gone through that other people need to hear. They need to hear how you overcame your hardships so they feel motivated and inspired to take action in their own life as well. I run a fitness brand that has hundreds of people that come in, they hear this story that you just heard, and they start to transform their life in ways that they never thought they were possible because they have a community behind them. Your vibe attracts your tribe, your environment, putting yourself in a different environment, exposing yourself to new risks, you're inevitably going to change your rewards you receive and the outcome. You have to take action though. You have to take a leap of faith. You have to trust that no matter what happens, I'm going to learn from the situation. I might not win, but I'm not going to give up. I'm going to show up. I'm going to take that risk because I know on the other side, there might be a harvest. There might be a big banquet, a big feast of success just because I took action, just because I'm in front of this camera right now. You don't have to even start making content, but I challenge you while you're watching this. Hey, if you've been thinking about starting content, starting a business, asking a girl out, asking a guy out, whatever your thing is that you've been putting off, what is that risk that you know has so much growth on the other side that you are afraid to take action on? That's my question for you. What is that one thing that you keep putting off that you know could yield to the biggest transformation in your life? That's for you to ask yourself. So, just to recap, I have been telling you about chapter number 1 of my book, Scars to Strength. You can get a free copy when you join Team Strength, link in my bio. Strength, when you join the community and you activate your spot on our team. We have team meetings Mondays and Thursdays. It's such a good time. But I want to share some specific parts, including the principle and the mantra. Okay, so I shared 22 different, there's a lot more than 22, but 22 laws, how to improve your life. So law number 1 is turn pain into proof. And it goes full in depth on this chapter of my chest surgery. So the principle of turning pain into proof. Pain is not a punishment. It's a receipt. Every scar is proof you showed up when it would have been easier to sit out. The fear of pain will whisper that you're too weak to endure, but the truth is simple. Transformation requires a price. Growth always charges tuition. Nobody audits the course. You pay in pain or you don't graduate. The mantra of this law: every scar is proof I chose growth over comfort. I love it. Starts the book off pretty strong. Inner mastery out of momentum. You have to change. You have to take action in life of the things you want. You are living a false reality for yourself and not stepping into your full potential. If you have these ideas, and you don't act on them, ideas come and go. And the people who really win at the end of the day, they take action. They have an idea, they write it down instantly, and they implement, right? I could have waited 30, 60 days until I move to a different state to start making content. But I'm like, you know what? I wish I would have documented more. I got so many cool pictures and videos from when I was 15. I took that first leap of faith. And then at age 18, starting my fitness brand that we've sold in all 50 states, 20 countries, all that we've been able to document. Oh, man, my life all started to change when I started putting myself in the driver's seat and I had that chest surgery. And I'm so grateful. I took my biggest insecurity and I turned it into my greatest strength, making a fitness brand called Strength. The light just got disconnected. I'm going to check on that quick. Oh no, what's happening? All right, we're good. So, yeah, guys, I have nothing else to say other than I hope this challenges you to take a leap of faith in your life. Do not be afraid. The people who take the biggest risks get to reap the greatest harvest in the end. So, don't be afraid to take a shot in the dark, right? Fortune favors the bold. If you want to be around more like minded people who are all about self growth in mind, body, spirit, join our community. It's free. Strength.com/athlete, link in the bio. And we'll see you then. But remember that I really got nothing else to say. There are 4 steps to turning your scar into proof. My last challenge for you is how do you forge your proof? So, step number 1, you have to name the scar in your life. So, write down 3 pains that you have personally endured. Physical, emotional, or financial, do not hold back. These scars are your raw material. Secondly, you can cash the receipt. For each wound, ask yourself, what did I survive? What did it build in me? Strength, patience, courage? Write it down. Third step is to reframe. Turn each into a badge. Complete the sentence. This scar equals proof I can blank. Example, this scar proof I can rebuild when life collapses. Lastly, carry forward. Share one of these lessons with someone who's where you once were. Scars stop being prisons when you use them to free someone else. And nothing feels better than getting away from Brock and proving him wrong. Brock is the analogy I use for any bully, any person that has tried to count you out, try to make you feel small. Don't let anybody make you feel small in life. Go for what you want. Fortune favors the bold. That's all I got. All right. See you guys in the next one.